Welcome back to RPG Limit Break 2022. Do you guys like Metroidvanias, Pokemon, Rainbow Unicorns? Then you are going to love our next run of Monster Sanctuary with Shauny. Take it away, Shauny.
It shows when I'm live. Hello, everyone. I am Shauny. I am joined by Pope, who's in call. I'm trying to point, like it really matters. You're somewhere there, Pope, if you want to say hello.
Hello, yeah, I'm Pope Pius. I'm one of the moderators on the Monster Sanctuary Discord. I'm one of the creators of the Plague Egg monster in the game, and I've been with the game since deep in early access, back when the Horizon Beach area was first implemented.
Oh wow, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
right, I have a couple.
Back. There you go. Sorry.
Thank you, Tim. Yeah, I have a couple things to show off, a couple of things to say, and we can get on with the run. It won't take too long, and I'll be smashing the estimate as well. First of all, just because, hey, everyone likes RPGs, my wife cross-stitched this and she wanted me to show it off. Is Trout cute? Please determine that throughout the run. Breath of Fire 2. Let me just put that back quickly. And while I am putting this back, and people can still hear me, sure, you know what, whatever. I'm not going to try to do that. Everything was basically on a thing. Trout is cute. No, I disagree. I don't like it. So, just as a thing, we are benefiting NAMI. I would love to see a lot of donations to help, well, their cause and their whatnot. I am not okay. I will straight up say that now. My father passed away September 1st. I've been hit with a lot of depression and a lot of hard things. If you need help, get help. It helps a lot. I have a tissue here in case I need it. But I want to get that out of the way because it is the big elephant in the room. A lot of my friends have been looking out for me, so thank you. And with that, let me wipe my eyes briefly. I also don't want to ever think hiding feelings is a weakness. I never want to encourage that. Ghost, ToxDev, Ghost Discord in general, my Discord, the Azure Dreams Discord, the Monster Sanctuary Discord, in real life friends, everyone has been wonderful support. And I do want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, as well as chat. And to change the tone, chat, you are cute, so everyone could respond to that. But I did want to get the elephant out of the room. We have one or two things to explain very briefly. You can see here, this is the battle menu. You have the attacks that you can select and stuff like that, but also you can look at individual things. Everything red is basically a debuff. Everything blue is a buff, and there's quite a bit of them. They can stack. We're not going to get too much into this in the run, but please note when you're watching the run, this is kind of what's happening. And if you can tell me, what is the donation winning names and costume?
I just wanted to let you know you're getting a lot of hearts in chat, Shauny.
I know. I have chat open right in front of me here. I'm actually blocking my own webcam.
Do you? Yeah, they're sending you a lot of love over there.
Yeah, and yeah, I want to get the elephant out of the room. I also want to, again, just say, like, if you're not well, seek help. If you somehow notice a change, and also it's relevant, get yourself checked for cancer. Like, constant screenings and stuff like that is a thing. I need this one here because we can do the renaming and costume. It's great.
Well, we got a costume snipe, actually, by Halo Fire, $30. $30 to Alchemist outfit. It's Halloween time. So okay. Alchemist won the costume, and we are going to go with Tao, T-A-O, for the name of the main character.
So we're going to just name Tao very quickly here. So Tao is from the Azure Dreams, T-A-O, right?
Yeah, T-A-O.
I spelled that. Okay, cool. And then as for which costume, it was brown I did. So this one and brown. So simple and easy. You can change stuff before the run. There's not going to be a time loss on that one. And I see a lot of familiar names. Hello. So anyway, we will get started with the run. Just as a thing, if you ever want to pick up this game, I really recommend it. It has a lot of different modes. You can basically do a Nuzlocke. You can have randomizer, everything. This is going to be New Game Plus. Actually, let me just show that off. This is basically the rules of it. All my levels are going to be reverted back to level 1. Equipment's going to be gone down. I can't get a monster exploration ability. We'll go into that later until I fight something of the same type. All my monsters will level up at the same time until their original level in my file. And all my items that can't be transferred will be sold into gold, which is very important. So we will quickly save over this one. Tau, and then time will start when I select casual difficulty. So, yeah, I have my splits open, which is that. Pope, do you want to count me down?
All right, we'll start at 100. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So we are going to be selecting Eagle here for 2 simple reasons. 1, I get early flight, and 2, honestly, versing the Eagle later is kind of a jerk. So we're just going to quickly move on, and we'll see the first thing I'll do here is I will switch team. I have preloaded teams for every important segment of the game. And basically because of that, I am able to load teams as, please do not be a jerk, Mr. Magma Pillar. You can't see that jump. That's the one jump I hate when doing Steam Golem percents. Also, I want to give a big shout out to... Sorry, go first.
Oh yeah, the early game here is about avoiding those monsters. I imagine like much of the other runs here the RPG limit break to not get into a random encounter. Or in this case, you can see them all on the maps, they're not random. Yeah,
and you can see here, you can see on the top right-hand corner, there's a little map. Again, this is a Metroidvania. You do use exploration abilities of the monsters. You see me flying here. Eventually, I will get a mount and I can ride and get ever so slightly faster. This game is not like Pokemon whatsoever. Although it is a monster team building game, you cannot win with one strong monster. You have to have synergies. You have to have thought out plans. And the reason this is done on the most easiest difficulty is because this game's tough. Like anything I do after like the first maybe 3 fights, I'll get wiped if I'm on normal difficulty. These strats only work on the easiest, and if you want a challenge, get the game, pick up the smoke bombs. And not, that's just for me. Bad timing. Okay, don't be a jerk. Thank you. And we will basically, like SMT, you have to have good team synergy, and we're gonna be fighting a couple slimes, learning how to battle. So, Pope, what is a champion monster?
So a champion monster is a stronger version of a monster, which then gets 2 actions for each turn. So it's basically just your single boss enemy. In the actual story of the game, they're basically just powerful versions of monsters that monster keepers, such as your player character, and they're gonna defeat the monster sanctuary safe. But as we'll see, there are an abnormal amount of them because some nefarious individuals dressed like Shauny here making them.
Yeah, which is actually going to look kind of weird for the story cutscenes. Also, the eagle's flight, or just in general, the flight in general, the flight will hold you for a certain amount of time. So I will use my 1 smoke bomb. I have 1 buffer. I can only get, I can no longer, that's fine. You can only retreat with smoke bombs. The smoke bombs I picked up on the cliff give me 3. I can't buy them till like 5 bosses in for some reason. And also there is a landing leg. I will be playing a little bit of a game. I will donate $1 for every improper landing I do in the run. And I will always donate $10 at the end of it as well, in case I'm actually good at the game. We'll see. So this is Monk. He is extremely crucial to the run. We are going to switch into the next team. And the reason Monk is so crucial, even though he's a little bit out of the way, is he actually gives me a monster keeping, or like there's a ranking system based off how many fights you do, or how many champions you beat. And he is the difference, a nice, quick, easy fight like you saw. But later I'll be able to buy basically group antidotes and group potions which is way more useful and safer than your previous strat. So, missing, 40 seconds or something for that battle. Oh, I forgot a split. Oh, well, I'll do that in a sec here. Ah, birds. And also, the devs put... Oh, go for it first.
Yeah, and something else with champion monsters is that the way you obtain them is by scoring better in the fight against them. You get better rewards for based off your score, which is determined by how quickly you defeat them, keeping your monster's health up on each of your turns, exploiting their weakness, building more combo throughout the fights, and otherwise just like performing the fight well. Which, mentioning combo, part of what makes Monster Sanctuary's combat work the way it does and requires synergy is the combo system, where each monster's actions, you'll notice a lot of them say they'll like do something a certain amount of times, which at first doesn't seem very intuitive, but the reason it does that is that every like hit of an attack or every like time a healing action heals, it builds combo, which then causes the next monster on your turn to do 5% more damage for each of that, for each combo build, stacking all the way up to the third monster and then resetting.
Yeah, and you can do quite a bit of combos. You can get to 26 hits and have your big DPS to sweep at the end as well, or combo goes up with shielding, so it's not just attacking. So selective healing and all this other stuff can benefit the DPS of your teams.
Overall, makes for
there's actually a PvP scene as well.
Oh yeah, and the combo overall makes for an interesting system because your first two monsters aren't likely going to do very little damage, so you really need to think about how your monster is going to contribute to the fight without attacking.
So we've talked to Will and Leonard. They're other keepers with the Spectral Familiars. Also, I landed twice bad already. You saw me kind of put my hand to the ground, so that's at least $2. Want to be jumpy. That's the one bit of RNG is you don't know where the monsters are going to be, and it's fun and aggravating at the same time. More so because my smoke bombs, I have no spare extra fights. If I have to fight, it's not a bad thing because I route out this game to the very single battle of the game. So there is no, I will end 2 experience below certain levels just because that's just the way it goes. If I fight extra, I fight extra. It's not a big loss or anything. And we are just going to go pick up the boots and fight the Megatar. So CC, if there's anything you want to say, please feel free to do so.
Yeah, we got a lot of donations coming in for you. $25 from Rilvanar. Let's go, Sean. World record expected, Evil Smile. Now that you're properly dev cursed, let's get this run started. Best wishes. And $100 from Zillamask with no comment. Thank you very much. $10 from Junkyard Dave that just says,
Okay, don't make me cry. That is my brother. The most commonly said thing our father used to do was go, So, yeah. So I will have to do a backup for some smoke bombs, which will take a little bit of time. Thankfully, I do believe, and hopefully Pope can confirm this, Mogwais give smoke bombs as their drops, right?
Let me check real quick.
Yeah. Thank you, David. I see your monkey. Yes, actually, it's a very comprehensive Wikipedia. It's actually quite amazing. Once this also hits, you can see here the chip damage from the status effects now. This is how I'm going to be doing damage most of the run, just because it's based off their stats, not mine. So
Mogwai does have smoke bombs as a common drop.
Okay, cool. And I can do that as backup here. So we will...
part of what shows the kind of team synergy you can do is using those two magma moths. Both of them have an aura that lets you stack the burn debuff extra times. And when it comes to Monster Sanctuary, everything can stack except for things specifically labeled as a unique aura. And normally you can only have one stack of debuff.
Yeah, and there's you see the little Oculuses in my party. Also, I have to re-equip the next one as well for warm underwear. This is the one extra fight I'm doing just because they're literally in the way. But I will have to quickly go shuffle backwards and donate some eggs to get a couple smoke bombs, just because. Yeah, it's problematic. Also, Rovnar, who donated, is actually, I believe, the head QA mod. Can we do this jump? We can. That is honestly on the threshold of barely not making it. And he's actually helped me a lot when it comes to finding kind of little sequence breaks, but they also patched a couple of them, so I can't use them. But as long as this run doesn't go pear-shaped, and it shouldn't, I'm pretty confident in knowing that even bad RNG means I can probably still pull off a couple wins. Things should go relatively fine. We'll actually fight you. We will retreat. And community manager, yeah.
So retreating from that fight allows you to now donate those eggs, right?
Yes. And because of that, I'll be going to the teleporting back, and then basically, at this point though, I have no more smoke bombs. So if I get in a fight, I have to endure quite a bit of time loss. And if I do that, please CC interrupt me because I can't make that faster. Where is the snail? The snail's there. Okay, a snail. No, no.
Oh, that was close.
All right, so now that we did that, we are not going to get that. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hey, does this have a... No. Okay. I will have to hopefully avoid a fight then. I forgot to get the teleporter in the monster keep.
Ooh.
So that's going to be a little bit... I'm technically doing a time save by not doing it, but by doing this, it's going to be slightly problematic, but...
Do you have a crystal shard?
Oh, so here is the equivalent of a little warp. I technically touched the ground. So, okay, you little bouncy dinosaurs. Thank you. I'll have to get the mount with Keelan later. Where my splits go?
Shauny,
my
do you have
over
a
there
teleport crystal? Because that will take you back to the stronghold.
Nope.
Okay.
I'll be picking that up in the Sun Palace. So this is a long bridge.
Probably a nice set piece in the game.
Yeah. Also, I love the music here. I actually love all the music in this game, particularly this place. I always love the... Okay. Don't be a jerk. Thank you. There we go. So this hopefully will go correctly. We will do one attack in the center, one attack here, and then one attack in the center. I get 2. That'll pick up the KO. The other guy will die because of the status effects on him. And we will be able to pick up the KO here. And let me get my splits back over here because I can see stuff. Did we get rawhide? No. So that is problematic because now we have to go all the way around the mountain. That's the one opportunity for a spare battle in this entire run. So you will... Yeah, sure, let's pick up that treasure chest. Exactly what I wanted to do. So because of me not getting the one item drop, which I think is a 30% chance or something, that's $3. There's another little landing leg there. Okay, you guys can't technically go off that edge. I know where your boundaries are. But normally I have to have the horse to prevent falling and the landing leg. There we go. There'll be a time save on my splits later. So now we exchange the rawhide to get warm underwear. I can split. And then we can head to the Sun Palace. So that's not going to be too much action. But to explain some of the mechanics here, Pope, can you explain what Fatal Upkeep is and why the Oculuses are so good?
Yeah, so Oculus are really good because they have the Fatal Upkeep aura available to them before level 10. And that increases the damage of your debuffs, I believe, by it's 15 or 20%. The fact that that stacks and then applies to all of your debuff damage is pretty incredible for making it so that those debuffs will kill your opponents for you. And the damage boost is 20% on that. So combined with the Magma Moths, both adding extra burn stacks that are possible, you get a quite substantial boost in damage you can do in the end.
Yeah.
And Magma Moths are important because they have that multi-burn aura so early. Shauny, what level are you going to be ending off this run at? It'll be like 15?
Yeah, 15 if I don't fight an extra fight at all. But basically, I don't get the nice level 20 and level 30 skills. Please do not be Jumpy Snake. Thank you. That's actually where my second smoke bomb should have been.
It's actually pretty interesting as to how monsters that are typically found in the late game will operate early game. Like early on, we got to see Setsune be used to take down Steam Golem. Yeah. And Setsune is really funny because it basically doesn't get any skills before level 10 that do anything other than raise its stats. But the fact that it just has high attacking magic and lightning slashes makes it good enough against Steam Golem.
And the other thing about this game as well is... Oh, how the heck am I going to do this then? You know, no, we're just going to take the... Technically, this is the closest one. I can't get... Yeah, I can't get the Crystal Shard. Because in order to get the Crystal Shard, I have to... Yeah, okay. All right, one sec. This is a little bit of time loss, but that's fine. So I need the mount to get the Crystal Shard, and I did not get the mount because I didn't do... I didn't fight the one battle. So because I didn't have that, it means I couldn't get that, and it just is snowballing. So I'm just going to have to rip off the Band-Aid and just go back, get the teleporter, donate the things to get the smoke bombs, and then I can do everything perfectly fine afterwards. So this is the time loss. So CC, if you have anything you want to say to make this less embarrassing for myself, I'd be appreciative.
You're just playing the donation Nami game. That's really all that you're doing. I've got a lot of love for you here. $5 from Tiny Tim. Hey all, Shauny, you're an amazing person and so incredibly strong in a very difficult situation. Every time I have the chance to speak with you is so awesome, and I hope you have an incredible run. Take care, and hope to see you in person at some point soon. Cheers.
Yes.
And then I have $1.99 from Ghost Kumo. $1.99 because Shauny hates going above the number 2. Did you really think I was gonna avoid getting a chance to tease you? Much love to my friend Shauny. Hoping the best for you, Fee, JD, and Obi.
Thank you. Also, just as a small thing, Ghost, I know you're probably in the crowd watching or doing whatever. Everyone, please look to him. Give him a round of applause for being such an amazing friend. And everyone shout toast sandwich at him. Because if he wants to do the sub 2 joke and somehow think he can get away with it, I will do toast sandwich and get him back with that as well. So now we're going to quickly do a fight here. I got smoke bombs again, so I can now technically get an ability to allow me to basically dodge enemies, which is what I wanted to do beforehand. And Keelan will actually give me the mount as well, so I will get my unicorn mount at that point. But as of right now, we can just avoid the battles, and this palace isn't overly too long. It's kind of annoying to learn initially. It's these top 2, that it's this one. But overall, it's honestly pretty simplistic when it comes to getting through things. Problem is, things are very tight when it comes to the hallways and jumpy monsters. So that's the wrong one. There we go. And also, if you like lever puzzles, oh man, this game's for you. Sorry, pardon?
Yeah, it has some quite fun puzzles, but definitely annoying if you're trying to speedrun.
Yeah, well, 6. That's gonna go up more and more if I don't have the mount. Thankfully, the next battle is the mount. Toe sandwich. So as long as I jump before I hit the ground, I won't have a landing leg or use the bird. So that's my little fail safe here. Thankfully, with the Sycophantum's ability, which I love the way he looks, they got such a nice glow up in the most recent, they kind of upgraded sprites. So this is Keelan. Why does Oculus work so well on him, Pope?
Oh yeah, Keelan, it has, so at the beginning of battle, we don't ever get to see it here since it's skip past, but you'll get to see what a monster is weak to and what they are resistant to, element-wise. Keelan has a skull, and, well, that doesn't fit with any of the elements in the game. What the skull refers to is debuff damage. As you can see, Keelan is just melting due to those debuffs. They're already down in 3 turns when Shauny is incredibly underleveled. Because something to know is that Monster Sanctuary scales the level of enemies based off of how many enemies you see on the map. So the game kind of assumes you'll fight each fight you see once, and scales levels based off that. So due to skipping fights, Shauny is way behind in level.
Yeah, and the thing is, just casually playing through the game, the fights don't take too long. Some of them are really neat. Some of them are very simple, obviously, with all games. Eventually, you get to the point where... Yeah, and the thing is, eventually, you're going to have to... Oh, wait, I'm missing something here. I need to go get the coat. The coat +4, which is with this little puzzle, which should have been done with the mount earlier. That coat in particular is used for the rest of the game for most of the monsters. So there we go. And I'm all caught up with smoke bombs and abilities now, so I'm perfectly fine on that. And also, I'm not going to have landing leg anymore because I can just drop this unicorn down cliffs. Although it is not spike proof. That will come and play later. And please splash there because it looks adorable and technically is fast.
Well, you still owe $6.
Yep. There we go. Also, if anyone wants to play the game, spot the meme in the shelf behind me. I have been part of numerous communities over the years for speedrunning, or just casually. If you spot something in the shelf behind me about your community, please ping me or send me a tweet or whatever, because I have purposely set up the shelf to screw with a lot of people. In particular, Stinger PA, wonderful friend, same with Ghost, and the rest of the Custom Robo community. You can see the wonderful shirt up there of the answers, which are upside down. I'm not sorry for that whatsoever. You not let me wear that in 2018 when I was there for the Custom Robo Relay Race. So it's there front and center for everyone. Anyway, we're going to be going on to Zosmos 1. I guess we should explain Keeper Battles.
Yeah, Keeper Battles are where you're fighting another Monster Keeper. So in Keeper Battles, the main thing is that instead of it being just your 3 monsters versus the 3 monsters the opponent has, when a monster is taken out in a Keeper Battle, a monster from the back line, or the backup as you can see on left and right sides, will replace them. Keeper Battles aren't as much about, they don't score you, you don't get scored like you do in the Wild Battles or against champion monsters. So Keeper Battles are more about can you beat this fight as opposed to trying to optimize how well you can get through the fight. Zosmos here is particularly difficult because he's going to be kind of the first time in the game. You really can't just kind of blunder your way to victory. His team has quite good debuff synergies and a good amount of ability to stack up regen on itself, especially with those first few monsters that he sends out. Zosmos is a very popular place for new players to really hit a wall, just because it can be the kind of a really big test of the game, and especially since the game's a Metroidvania, if the player skips kind of other fights that may kind of more gradually bring up the difficulty to him, it can be a really big test.
Oh, so technically he's level 15 and I'm level 7, so that doesn't help as well.
Yeah, it's impressive they can hold your own.
This should get rid of the last 2 there. There we go. All calculated.
Yeah, and if this was on normal or master difficulty,
I would die.
Zosmos
just straight die.
Yeah.
There you go. So that is that one. We get a Sanctuary token, which is part of the game. And we're going to go say hi to the whale, because he's not part of the splits, technically.
Yeah, and the whale, that's where it'll be explained that the sanctuary tokens are used to unlock in a later area of the game.
Yeah. Indeed, shouts to Canada. I agree. I know a lot of people in Canada.
And shout out to that NPC there. He stops you there for a moment, but he is looking out for you because he's assuming you don't have warm underwear and can't handle jumping into an ice cold lake.
Yep. So you can see here, this is the main strat. Is I bought when I initially got to the Keeper Sanctuary, I bought 99 Feek Steers. I can wait them out. They will die of poison, burn, bleed, all this other stuff. I don't care what this turn has. I win because the amount of chip damage and stuff. There is quite a live PvP scene. Please check out their Discord. You can easily find matches for whatever platform you have it on. This is on quite a few platforms. Now we didn't get the crystal shard.
We even have tournaments that go on ever so often. We do post some of the videos for them on YouTube, so you can just look up Monster Sanctuary PvP tournament. You should be able to find them.
Yep. The other thing as well. Okay, I know where I'm going now. So we need to go verse Will, because we have to learn about keeper battles, despite doing a keeper battle. That's not really the game's fault. After you verse 3 bosses, you unlock the ability to come here and do this, but I leave it till afterwards. So we are going to verse Will. He's an extremely tough battle. I've never beat him before because on the first turn we forfeit. This just saves time. And we don't like the stairs. We're just going to take the teleporter down. But now we can switch to the mount. You can see all the grayed out monsters with the abilities I don't have yet. When I fight things that have equivalent, I will get them. This entire route, talk to him so it does not make you get off your horse. It's very rude, very, very rude. You know what? I will also grab this as well. There should be a fungi. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Hit this, put that there. This was initially in the route, but I never did grab. It's the second crystal shard that you would normally get, but you only need 1. So because of that, I now have a crystal shard I can use for, just stopping some backtracking, going back to the Keeper Sanctuary. So we're going to talk to, is it Julia or Julia?
I don't know myself, but she is based off, I believe, the dev's daughter, at least in the name.
Yep.
Yeah, she's
very
one of the
adorable.
other spectral keepers. And just to give some story context, she is one of the spectral keepers. There are 4 of them. You're one of them. Each of them has a spectral familiar, like that eagle that we chose at the very beginning of the run. They're very important people that pass down that spectral familiar, and they're quite important people in the sanctuary.
Horse, tube, horse beside the candle. There we go. And bird. Because you can technically jump out of here. I said you can technically. There we go. It's like nearly pixel perfect on that. That's a bad thing. There we go. I forgot. I have to make that jump. So we'll come back to this very shortly. Yeah, the platforming is very tight in this game, for the record.
At least for when it comes to side challenges, at least for the stuff necessary to beat the game, there really isn't much platforming I'd say that's incredibly difficult. But definitely there's tons of side chests all around the map that will really test your platforming skills to just get extra optional but useful items.
Yeah. Also, who here in chat has played Mega Man 2? Because I believe the devs have played Mega Man 2. Your horse supposed to be the horse. There you go. Just saying, I think there might be some Mega Man 2 influences there. We will actually switch to the elephant because I'm running out of smoke bombs now. I have to be a little bit careful. Splish sploosh into the sewer water.
I'm sure it'd be fine just jumping straight into that.
Oh yeah, just green. Also, I'll worship the blob statue. So we are going to collect a couple key items here. Keys and their items. I'm brilliant. Anyway, there's a reason they made fun of every community I'm part of. But we are going to quickly go back and do a little bit of backtracking and then one little lever puzzle. So CC, if you have some time again, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about some of the things that you can bid on coming up for our Secret of Mana run coming up here. You can donate to choose the soundtrack, which I don't know about your wife, Shauny, but my wife loves touch tunes. So choosing the soundtrack is something that she is totally into. You can name Papui, Prim, Randy. You can choose the voice acting language. There are so many things that you can donate towards, just like this donation from French Toast, $10. Shauny, thank you so much for sharing before your stream and for saying that it's okay to reach out and get help if you're not okay. I've recently started going to counseling for my anxiety, and it's helped me so much. Good luck on the rest of the run.
Thank you. Good to hear. And again, don't feel like we're here for a reason. Like I said, like depression has hit my family quite hard, and being there for each other, talking, seeking help when need be. Also, in my experience as well, also this is a verdant gem, I need it. If you talk to funeral homes, they have counseling, which is extremely crucial as well. So please reach out to them as well. They're actually an underused resource when it comes to that. So we are going to go back over here, and we're still going to be doing some stuff. So CC, you're still good for a while. This is all familiar.
All right, I just want to remind everybody why we are here. We are here to support NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization whose work is focused around 3 pillars: education and support, awareness, and advocacy. Via their 48 state offices and nearly 700 affiliates, NAMI offers a host of signature programs, presentations, and support groups that are available free of charge. This includes a national helpline that can provide information, resources, and a compassionate, understanding, trained volunteer to support anyone who calls in. We want to give a special shout out to our foreign language restreams. Our French restream can be found at twitch.tv/lefrenchrestream, and our Japanese stream at twitch.tv/Japanese_restream. If those restreams can help you enjoy the marathon, go check them out and send them some love.
Absolutely. Also, bonjour to the French restream. I've been slowly taking French. I'm not very good for speaking. I can read it relatively well, but I appreciate how difficult it is to... I forgot to grab the red switch and the green switch here. I will blame myself on that one. But it's a very difficult thing to restream and translate on the fly, and it's really underappreciated. And also all the tech crew as well, NCC and everyone else behind the scenes. You guys deserve all the love in the world as well. So please chat, give them hearts and claps and all this other stuff you can. Because there's a lot of effort that goes into this. It's not just me playing a video game, trust me. So we grab this key here, and we're going to finally move on to a battle. We're supposed to talk to that guy over there and buy a bow and any percent, but we don't have to.
So something interesting you might be noticing is monsters being different colors around the map as we've been exploring.
Mm-hmm.
By beating the Sun Palace, you unlock shifting, which basically each monster has a different shift form. So it's kind of like the replacement for shinies, although in this case they're way more common and much more assumed that you'll be using them almost all the time. And basically, there's just a light and dark shift for each monster, each of which giving a different boost to stats and a new passive ability for the monster. So Magma up here gets a special shield where it gains some shielding when it crits.
Yeah, and we're just going to quickly heal up this moth. We want to keep him alive for just one more turn, hopefully. Because This burn damage isn't very much. Once all 3 Oculuses come in the field, a lot of burn damage. So, he didn't survive, that's fine. So we're gonna get some poison, more poison, and we'll put some on him, and then all of a sudden you see the damage is increased dramatically. I want to stagger kills, because some monsters love to set up, and when they set up and come in and stuff like that, it takes a lot for them to kind of get started. Like you'll see here, now they're going to set up and protect their team. That staggers it, so I can hopefully get a couple of monsters alive here. And I want to get some burn. I have some items equipped to my monsters. There we go. So that little Druid Oak is going to take basically enough damage that he'll die next turn no matter what. And I can focus on healing for this next turn. We have a lot of Phoenix Tears because I don't want to buy potions when Phoenix Tears basically heal the same amount. It's actually really kind of funny. Now it's 3v2 and I have revivals, so like they hurt, but hey, they can't get rid of all of us. And we'll just quickly get rid of this guy because he hurts a lot. Oh, actually the other thing we should actually talk about as well is monsters are always useful. It's not like Pokemon at all. Like, I know Ozzy, someone who helped me route out the first draft of New Game Plus, which is a while ago. They carried the same Magma Pillar and Blob from the beginning of the game to the end game. They're always good. The skill trees are amazing. The monsters are well balanced. The devs take a lot of care in doing that. It's really, really, really cool thing to see.
Yeah, and someone asked earlier.
Oh yeah.
Someone earlier asked about if the monster stats are randomized, and no, each copy of a monster is the same. This isn't about collecting monsters until you find the perfect one. It's more, the challenge here is about finding the right team for your monster and equipping, shifting, and filling out their skill tree properly, so that you can get them to do what you want in their team.
Yeah. And also on top of that, I forgot to split. There we go. On top of that as well, just as a small time loss, but just show it off. The skill trees, you're never going to fill them out. You're not going to have as many points as this, and you have to pick and choose between all the monsters. So if this looks like it's fun for you, it is fun, trust me. It's fun just to poke around, and you can buy skill resetters to reset the skill trees and try again. So, like, this game is extremely complicated, and all the preloaded teams that you see are from a lot of trial and error on my end. We will grab all 3 Oculuses, and this is where we hit, hopefully, 1 on each, because they're all going to set up, and then that wasn't enough on the Goblin Shaman. He's the only one that I actually have to fear this match. So we're just going to lay it on him then, because...
This is a bit more of an interesting champion battle, because this Goblin King here, who's the champion, you can tell by the red aura around him, he actually comes with 2 buddies to back him up, while he still is a champion monster with 2 actions himself.
Yeah, he actually can hurt quite a bit. In any percent speedrun, I see Lady Starbird in chat. Hello. She wrote a wonderful guide based off my really bad guide. It's on speedrun.com. You can check it out if you want to do any percent runs. But you do have to get a 5-star on just ones, because you need an egg, and actually the Goblin King is used. Also, I will not be showing off basically any of the DLC monsters. I was not able to route them in on time. So that was a very frustrating thing. I was trying to get a lot of the new monsters. There's a beautiful one called Krakatoturtle. It's adorable. We're going to quickly change into Overworld 1, Overworld 2, and then back to Forest bosses here, because now all my Overworld stuff is available here. And we have to unlock the doors. Thank you. And then that one. And back to you. There we go. That's the like, you can preload teams and have your monsters around and stuff like that. It works quite nicely. Raduga, basically, as the Eagle is going to explain, is it changes their weakness every single turn, but by this, it's also very scripted, so there's no reason to ever lose this battle with 3 Oculuses, because all you have to do now is just basically revive and you win. So it basically is a 3-turn battle.
Raduga only
after
has
this, we are going...
Raduga only has single target actions, so the best it can do is kill 2 Oculuses in 1 turn, and then you can just revive chain them to bring them back.
So you can see here, like, just mashing it to win. That's not the case in a lot of things, but Raduga, unfortunately, is one of the bosses you can do that. Now we will be doing the stronghold bosses. So we will ignore that mess. I'm sorry.
The monster
that's all the spare
farm.
monsters who did not make the cut.
If you need to clear the clutter from your from your menu, the monster farm is extra storage for monsters. It doesn't have any other functionality, but just to clear up your inventory.
Yeah, and we will grab the eagle again here, just because I don't like that jump in particular. And we can do stronghold bosses. Yep, there is one skill point extra. I was having issues with this particular team until I found out why I kept deleting skill points, but they are able to functionally kill this guy pretty simply. This is a Beadloid. He's another champion monster. He's weak to poison. So, you know, that's going to be a problem for him. And I win. I don't even have to. I can just have some tea. Simple as that. The next one is going to be the Stronghold Dungeon. Thank you. I am doing fine. Thank you. I have chat up too. This is hard to respond to how I'm not used to this many people in my chat. So we're gonna quickly switch to you, just because I dislike the 3 big things in the small hallway. Just saying, not fun there. So yeah, I just did a glitch there to make him appear on the other side of the room. Do that again. All right, get back. So we're fine. So this is another alchemist. This alchemist in particular is relatively annoying. He's not the worst, but that little cat in the background, that hurts, like a lot. And that one, honestly, probably was giving me more trouble than not before. So we're gonna try to stagger them so they all die at the same time. That's roughly the goal. They're probably gonna take out all 3 of them. Nope, just 1. Okay, that's fine. We can do
Something
that.
I forgot to mention about keeper battles is that the keeper going first only gets 2 actions.
Oh yeah.
Because going first in a turn-based game is a huge advantage. So gain only 2 actions instead of 3. At least somewhat holds back that advantage.
Yeah, that's true. Also, the Magma Moth wasn't supposed to die in that order, so he's now here for the rest of the battle. So he's kind of not supposed to be here, but, you know, whatever. We have to just target down, poison, and get rid of this guy as fast as possible, because the Katzerker is what's going to kill everyone. You'll see, yeah. A lot of damage. So we'll
that's a lot of damage.
We will, yeah. And then the stats effects, we'll get rid of it, and then we can focus on the Crackle Knight. Crackle Knight? Yeah, because Sizzle Knight's the other one. Again, just revive, do that, and do that. That should be enough. Yep. And now it's a Smash A to win. Mad Eye, unfortunately, is great for support, not really by himself. My favorite monster. There's a little cross-stitch of him right there. But now we have to make sure we talk to Will before we leave. Then we can use our 1 crystal shard. And we will go do a quick shop here, because we have now bought enough things to buy crystal shards and smoke bombs. That's why we're down here. Actually, we're too lazy to even go up the stairs. We'll just teleport right back up here. And then the reason the money route is interesting is I want to buy 99 of everything, because I don't want to actually count.
By the way,
so now, wait 1 sec here. We're going to quickly...
Before this run for like an hour.
Sorry, your microphone's quite quiet.
Oh, and shout out to you, Shauny, for grinding that money up for an hour before the run started.
Oh, no, not just an hour. No. That was, okay, yeah, this is the right one. Making sure it's the right team I'm grinding up. No, that took me 18 hours to do, because I don't have the PC file. I think that is Pope's microphone.
Oh, is this still coming through now? Okay, hold on. Let me try unplugging and replugging in.
Yeah, I think that's just the post microphone on that one. Anyway, just to cover, we're going to be putting the pizza stone thing back into the rune stone here to drain the lava because things are still completely cool in here. And that is the wrong ability. But, we'll keep that because this little next screen is kind of annoying. We will go through here. Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. I wish I could teleport upstairs. Yeah, I know, right? So these guys in particular like to jump like that in small hallways that you can't really avoid them when you're on top of a unicorn. I actually need this treasure chest here. There are mass potions. They're very useful for the upcoming battle for survivability. If you submit new game next year, I will race you. I hate that jump. Yep. That's why. Oh, how I hate that jump. Mad Eye, come here. There you go. I really have tried to, there you go, unicorn. I really have tried to dodge that pillar each and every time. It always ends up getting me. So we are going to go fight one more alchemist over here. Aren't you jumpy today? Normally you don't do that. And you did it again, you jerk. Whatever. So this part's fine, next part's fine. There's one little hallway up outside the alchemist in this area. It is honestly really unfair for trying to sneak by them. But even in the any percent mode you have to, and that's honestly one of the biggest gripes I have with the regular new game any percent. Like glitchless, I should say, because there's actually a glitched run of this game too. So we'll break the bridge here, fall down, then we'll jump back up because, yeah. But yeah, you have to get by all three of those guys in this small little hallway. So we will go here, and now we have a different strategy. So first of all, we have to hit once and hit twice. There we go. These two in particular are the annoying ones. We'll be more or less fine. We did pick up the mass potions for a reason. We'll quickly heal once. And we'll do... The moth is the most annoying thing. He needs to die before... Okay, I didn't want him to die. That's kind of annoying. Okay. Okay, good. As long as the steam golem does not come out, we're fine. And I'll take you out. We'll use... That's the wrong one, but okay, sure. We'll go with that. Oh, that's not good.
I thought you were going to troll people with that bridge way more than you did.
What about trolling? What?
I thought you were going to troll people with that bridge way more than you did.
Oh, no. Okay. Heal, attack. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. That's annoying. That's actually really, really annoying, but whatever. We'll have to settle. We'll have to do the old strategy with the odd amount of monsters. So, you can see the little steam golem in the front. He's basically the first boss, but hey, now he's, here. He is extremely annoying when it comes to, do the last mass potion here, for setting up shields on everyone. And the whole idea of this new team was basically to have Bleed stick around and stuff like that as well. And unfortunately, that doesn't really work when the plant's not here. The plant died very early. Okay, that's fine, because we can do a Phoenix tier. You can... There we go. Because the lizard will heal 1 debuff per turn for existing. So he's very, very annoying, and I want to get rid of him as soon as possible. And he keeps healing off the poisons and stuff like that, so he's the first priority. You see here the status effects are chipping down the steam golem, and then basically at this point, there's infinity. I did not mean to take this long. Pope, can you explain what infinity is?
Yes, I was part of these discussions back when these things were first made. So when it comes to a turn-based game that involves any sort of healing or damage prevention, you need to make sure that somehow the fight can end if, say, you're able to heal more damage than your opponent can deal. So Monster Sanctuary has a really simple solution. After turn 7, the current active team gets an infinity stack. Each monster ends. Each stack gives a multiplicative 25% damage boost. And every turn thereafter, each monster will get, that is taking a turn, will then get another stack. So damage will just keep ramping up by a noticeable amount every turn until eventually damage is enough to overcome any amount of healing or reviving that the opponent could have.
Yeah, and my strat... There you go. I shouldn't have followed there. My strategy for this game is waiting for things to die. Infinity hurts. So this was Mash A to win. So Cece, do you have anything to say?
I do. We have a donation here. $5 from Chill Dragoon that just says, good luck, Shauny. And seeing your... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Chill Dragoon, we were discussing actually racing Mega Man 8 at some point or something like that. So just hello.
And I just wanted to shout out the developers of this game. They tweeted about your run and RPG Limit Break. So shout out to the devs.
Yeah, they've been very supportive in me being dumb. So I appreciate that wholeheartedly. And I can't state how supportive their Discord has been. Pope is part of that Discord. Pope can definitely verify. So HP, there we go. And then
so the developers of this game are awesome.
Yep. So we are going to... I'm being a bit of an idiot when it comes to where my keyboard is, because, okay, there. I don't have to reach around my T each time now. I've been curving my hand around it and not knocking it over the keyboard and causing a mess, so it's... Okay, Dodo, thank you. Also, yeah, dodos are plenty. I like the joke in that one, where it's like you have to grab a dodo egg and get an ancient egg of an extinct bird. So... we saw all the other people here. Just jump here and jump twice. I just barely missed it. And we're in Horizon Beach. This is what you were talking about when... actually, someone on Twitter was talking about how they reviewed the game back when this was like the end point. You only put my fish. How dare you? I don't want you to go yet. So this is honestly going to be just a casual little swimming thing. But before CC, you come back in, Pope, could you talk about bleed? Because that is now the fundamental difference in how we play the game. Because as of now, I have bleed team.
Yeah, because right now we're using Diavola and 2 Mole Bears. So bleed is a mechanic which typically comes from the bleed passive that causes critical hits to apply a bleed stack, based off the amount of damage dealt. Each bleed stack separately contains however much damage was loaded into it, and at the start of a monster's turn, after all other debuff effects, except for Congeal, and before healing, or after healing, I forget what in the order now, the monster will take damage equal to the total amount of bleed in all the bleed stacks they have, and then they will lose half of their bleed stacks, and they'll be randomly chosen as to which bleed stacks go away. So you could have 1 bleed stack that deals 1,000 damage, or you could have 5 bleed stacks that deal 200 damage, and the monster would take the same amount of damage. So what we can do with bleed in order to win these fights where we don't have very high stats because they're so low level, is you can use the bleed out dark shift. The bleed out dark shift passive will make it so that enemies' bleed stacks do not go away. So, and Diavola,
which is fun.
Yeah, and then we use like weapons and passives that cause enemies to get bleed stacks when they attack our monsters to further rack up the bleed stacks until they eventually are enough to just kill the enemy monsters very fast.
Yeah, and when it comes to the bleed in general, it's a slow burn. You'll see it start very, very no. I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if you need like the improved swimming, but the way I've always done it is just kind of do that. You can follow. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I've never needed to get the upgraded swimming here. Oh, so we had to save Leonard from a hole up there, just so we can open up this thing here, because apparently our monsters can't click the button as well. That's his own little thing. But when it comes to time losses on my splits, I tried to sneak under that with the blob before, and they patched that out. That makes me sad. Oh, so that's the entrance to somewhere. I won't say where, but this game does have some very difficult areas. And now we can go fight Julia, and we're fine. Okay, good. Making sure I have the right equipment. And this is level 11 versus something. I need to attack this guy. Thank you. Molebear did not do his job. Molebear likes to jump and...
Yeah,
Molebear likes to take that damage from everyone.
Yeah, there's a 25% chance single target actions against other monsters. It will jump in the way and take them instead. So Julia is an interesting fight here because it's another point at which like newer players can get stuck, because you see her cat on the left side of her team there, the Caraglow. That thing actually heals. This is like probably one of the first keeper battles where like an enemy keeper is actually making use of a proper healer that's like healing every turn. And if you haven't really optimized your team here, you can run into a situation where she can either out heal your damage if you're really not doing well, or at least heal enough damage to where if you don't have your own healer, her team will outlast yours easily.
Mm-hmm. You see here the little bleed stacks are slowly building up. So this should be enough, hopefully, to get rid of... just heal him up quickly. Okay, no. Still wants to be annoying. That's fine. But you can see here there's a lot of red buffs going around. The restore skill is getting kind of annoying. We'll heal you up. Unfortunately, the one thing which is causing problems is the Oculus is not dying. And that's a problem. I want the Oculus to go away. I'm trying to really not heal him, but he's also very useful for, you know, setting up poison and stuff. So I kind of want him to stick around. So it's kind of a weird, you know, like you see that bleed damage popping out against the little, what's the little guy in the middle called again?
Frosty.
It's a chili, a Frosty, I think.
Frosty.
I know this game. Don't worry. I speedrun it lots. But when it comes to the bleed damage, you see all the splatter went to, you know, the Caraglow in the back now. So we're just going to, again, do what we can, get some more bleed damage, and...
Yeah, an important thing that the Molebears have is Splatter, which is an aura that makes it so that when an enemy monster is defeated, it takes half their bleed stacks and spreads them to the other two monsters.
Yeah. You can see here that the Caraglow is actually overpowering my amount of damage I'm doing, but now I targeted the other guy. His bleed stack went to the Caraglow and blip. So, again, thank you devs for holding B to skip for all the text. And now we're going to just do a champion fight with the bleed. Oh, so the Molebears are setting up barrier each time as well. It's very efficient, very nice. They all have items on to put a weakness status effect on things as well. And then once this is done, we can go buy potions, and we will be heading to the underworld. So a little bit slower than my pace, but I had to do some backtracking. But you'll see here the bleed status. It's going to be doing a decent chunk versus a boss that we're technically 11 levels lower than or something. So we're just going to keep here spamming. I'm going to have a little bit of backtracking and shopping. So CC, if you want to plug or do anything, feel free to for probably a minute or two. That poor bleed damage, though.
Oh yeah, we just want to highlight some of the things that you can still bid on for Secret of Mana coming up. You can choose the soundtrack. The original SNES is destroying the remake right now. You can name all the characters. We've got amazing names out there right now, like Mountain Dew, Go 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 Go, and just Boy. You can choose The voice acting language, which is currently going to be Japanese. And as you donate for those things, there are things that you can win, like a collection of Mana Game for the Switch and a Monster Sanctuary Steam Key. $5 will get you in for the Monster Sanctuary Steam Key and $10 for the collection of Mana. And there's more. If you donate $100 over the course of RPG Limit Break 2022, you can win a PlayStation 5 with Final Fantasy VII Remake and Tales of Arise.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet bundle. Come on, you. There we go. So
and
we
here
are
we get the
basically
show off of upgrade equipment at the smithy.
Yep. Oh, yeah, everyone loves hammer noises. Also, I need to switch to this one. And then I need to switch to the unicorn again, because I honestly just love the unicorn mount. It's so pretty. The rainbow tail and everything. And...
Yeah, this is slight shift. It's dark shift makes it black with the orange hair. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one.
So we're going to talk to Eric here and jump weirdly, and then we're going to teleport away, because he's talking about the underworld or something equivalent. And we're just going to go back over here. Oh, I forgot my normal joke. Oh, well. Next time. So every single time I've played this game, I always point out that treasure chest in particular, and always say it's very important, just because it's actually an 80% treasure chest, and it's a bike or a belt +2. And I always made jokes that I should really remember to pick it up when I'm coming here, and I failed to do that. So we're gonna do one here, one here. That wasn't a lot of status effects that popped up. Hopefully one survives. No, you just, oh, okay, good. You got an extra turn of the Oculus is here. I want to get rid of the guy in the center more than anything. The little grooving Nicky Nacky is really painful, truthfully.
Yeah, Eric is another point where players get stuck quite often, just because he has some really powerful monsters. He has a pretty good dragon team here, and yeah, that Nicky Nanka does a lot of damage and exploits a lot of different weaknesses with its various elemental attacks.
Yeah. Please stop restoring his health. That's very rude. Because what I want them to do is I want them to actually kill the Oculuses. I don't want these guys out. They're supposed to be like the throwaway lead. There we go. The guy in the back will definitely kill one of them. There we go. Much better.
Yeah, he does a lot of damage.
The Dracogran actually... Sorry, I was going to say, the Dracogran really, really, really dislikes this plant in the back. And because of that, there's going to be nothing but bleed stacks on the Dracogran. I exploit that later, too. So we're going to keep reviving him, but...
An important thing in Keeper battles is that when you revive, you can only revive when you're down to your last 3 monsters, and it'll be whatever those last 3 monsters are that you revive. You can't go back and revive, say, one of the Oculuses that were out at the beginning of the fight. So it's really important that monsters die in the correct order for Shauny, because if he has if say a mole bear comes out early and gets defeated, then he can't, then it gets replaced by some other monster, then it could end up in a situation where he's reviving an Oculus instead of one of the mole bears or the Diavola.
Yeah. And I'm purposely not restoring full health on him. He just needs to survive 1 attack. We can see the bleed stack is... Oh, I didn't go up that many times that one. All right, that's fine. This poor plant, like his whole role is to just get decked in the face by this Dracogran. It comes up 1 time later as well. No helping hand. There's the Fire Claw. So once again, we're just going to quickly do a revive. We're going to do a potion now, because we actually want to keep him alive. And we'll do a Restoring Shield. Those 2 will die. The Spider will shove everything onto this poor little guy here. And he's actually weak to physical attacks as well, so he actually won't die from the bleed damage. But that's Eric. Oop. Splitting and trying to walk.
To give a bit of context on the story going on here, those alchemist guys that we've been seeing, they're running amok here. So They've been referring to their leader Marduk, and our next lead on dealing with that is down here in the underworld, which we need the sanctuary tokens to access. And Eric is a prominent keeper that had the last token and wanted to make sure that we were ready to handle this area before we went in.
Yep. And
also, don't forget
when it comes to like, the Phoenix Storm is a little bit later. It's before the bridge.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that treasure chest back there is a banana. I have read that thing in and out of this game 6 times because it gives you a lot of health for feeding your monsters, which is something you should do. I don't for a while, so it's a bit problematic. But overall, it's okay. We go up that way then. But
yeah, food's a nice mechanic in this game. It basically just the last 3 food items that you've given your monster will give a permanent stat boost. Just a small little thing, but just kind of a neat little system that gives further customization to your monsters.
You don't trust that Eric guy? Why? Because his name doesn't have a K in it?
Or they played the game and know what's happening.
Shh.
Which, by the way, this run will contain spoilers.
Oh no. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the thing is, the banana, like I said, has been, because it gives you 250 health. The best thing I can buy at the run is 150. And I have tried to use that banana so many times. But I had to point it out because I hate it. It's actually kind of dumb. And we have to just try to do as much damage to this lion as possible. And again, I have switched teams, so there's going to be a couple new abilities. All the burn damage and shock damage will trigger a blind stack. So you'll see that little glasses icon there. That will cause a lot of misses. And honestly, if they all die now, it's perfectly fine. Because now I want these guys to come in. We can just get some barriers set up and a spore cloud, hopefully some weaknesses. Because even though it would be really nice to have these guys versus the unicorn, the unicorn loves to build a bleed stack as well. So we are going to quickly heal.
So an interesting note about the mechanics of this game, bleed is a stack denoted by the yellow squares within. It is not a debuff denoted by the red square those debuffs are in. Killen is only weak to debuffs, not stacks, so the bleed doesn't actually do extra damage to it.
Yeah, and what I want to do, we'll get rid of the chill on this guy, is I want to, the thing is with, there's more to strategy than just using the items, because eventually you'll see me start spamming items, and it's going to be really hard for me to explain during that time. As of right now, it's not that bad, because, you know, whatever. Things are relatively simple. But you see how when one dies, the splatter happens. If all 3 die at the same time, all the bleed goes away. There's a lot of thought I'm doing in the process of trying to make sure I can keep the bleed stack going appropriately around to the right monsters. So you see here, it now goes onto the mole bear. The 12 damage will also hit Raduga for a little bit of damage. And then from that, everything should go onto the dodo. So there actually is more to it than just like, oh, I'm spamming items to survive. No, I am staggering it and moving bleed around. That's the strategy. So it's it looks a little bit boring, but if you were to try the strategy yourself, you realize how stressful this is. Because again, like everything has now gone to the point where the thing has a lot of HP. Bleh. So now we are on to here. There's the piggy.
Yeah, Underworld is pretty interesting because there's so many straightaways with those mocuses, the pigs. It almost looks like they are purposefully trying to rush at you, even though they're just moving around randomly like other monsters.
Yeah. They're also... some of the monsters here are quite jumpy. Let's see if I can do this without landing. Nope, 7.
Also, shout out to the dabbing and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the way they run. It's so dumb. You have items in your game? Yeah, I know, right, Rovinar? Again, wonderful seeing the devs in chat. Like, love you guys so much. You guys have been so supportive. And the least that I can do is help, you know, promote your game. Again, like, these are indie devs. Please consider supporting 8 indie devs, especially ones who make RPGs. I know It's a big thing to make games, and they put a lot of love into this game. Also, I forgot what this room. I hate this room. Devs, please change this room. There we go. Tiny little monsters outside the little hallway. But like, I always love helping get attention to this game. It is such a little gem. It's also the coziest run I've ever done as well. Like, there's not really a lot of. I'm just gonna reset this here. There we go. There's also a lot of strategies I'm not touching. Smarter people than me would be able to do much better things in this game. And what the heck was that jump? I got no excuse.
I must have double jumped right before hitting the ground.
So I hit that one, that goes down there. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, and they're growing. They have a game though. There's a Phoenix room. I remember that. And honestly, their Discord's hilarious and wonderful. Beware the off-topic channel. That is a weird place to be. A lot of memes, a lot of rotating rats as well. That tends to be a case.
Also Wednesday Frog.
Yes, Wednesday Frog. Yeah, it is Wednesday, my dudes. Why? Is that because I said I was my dudes? There we go. So we're not going to touch the switch up there just yet, because that will lock us in. So we're going to learn that Leonard got his Spectral Familiar stolen, like Will. We should have mentioned that earlier. That's $1,000. I don't need that.
Yeah,
so we're gonna.
The alchemists are now stealing the Spectral Familiars.
Yep, and we're going to go all the way around here. I ate my jump again there. So, just as a warning for the RPG Limit Break staff, I am within the last like 30 minutes of the game if anyone needs to be set up. I've rerouted this game excessively in the last little while, and I've destroyed my estimate. So, yeah, even with all the bad stuff that kind of went on, this is kind of nearing the end game. I got one more dungeon, and then it's the final dungeon itself. And the next dungeon is basically just traversing. So I just want to make sure that people are aware and it doesn't come up to a surprise. So also, we will be fighting Draconoir. We'll be using the bleed stats. He unfortunately can't really do damage, and he can only really cape bleed. And we'll be getting... here we go. And the thing is, normally, like, he puts the blind stacks on you, and he's really annoying, except we don't care, because we're going to be doing damage from the bleed stacks that are going to be hitting him. So we're kind of okay with this. So if you have anything you want to say, CC, for the next little bit, that'd be great.
Yeah, we've got a couple donations coming in here for you. $10 from Chaosic X with no comment, but thank you for your donation. $5 from Leaf. I had never played a Monster Collection game before and ended up having a great time with Monster Sanctuary. And then I couldn't help but notice that you have a t-shirt on your shelf, and that reminded me of the Yeti. The Yeti is back, supporting RPG Limit Break. Oh my god, I'm killing it over here. The Yeti, YETEE.com/RPG Limit Break. The Yeti is donating $5 from each t-shirt sold directly to Nami. I already ordered mine. Are you going to order yours?
I had to get the Rudder shirt, or the RPG Limit Break shirt. So we are going to switch into, where is it? Goblin Pilot and Will. And we are going to equip the Unicorn, and we are going to, again, ignore all the possible items and food for our monsters right now. Because if the first boss we fought, Buran, he told us, remember to feed your monsters. I routed out this game and spec'd everything to the point where I don't feed them to the last like 3 battles or 3 team builds.
This is the run where we are the monster.
Yeah, they are extremely hungry, and they will have a diet of almonds and like it. So, also,
Almonds are
my
more
second
optimal than
favorite music in
bananas.
the game.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
And also, we
the-
have improved flight now. We had this initially to rescue Leonard from the hole, but I'll be using the Draconar here just for easy traversal and stuff like that. Just because you move quite fast when you're on him, but also in general, it just helps get over monsters like that. Thank you for taking the PowerPoint of the presentation there, Steam Golem. But yeah, otherwise, it's just going to be a lot of platforming here. I have to collect 3 keys. That's basically it. So again, if there's anything you want to plug, talk about, Pope, if there's anything you want to explain in the game that I've missed or we've missed in general, let me know and we can take time. But otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and just enjoy the music because, again, it's a clock tower. Also, I'll ignore all those treasure chests because one of them spoiled themselves. They're mimics.
I've got an exciting thing to talk about.
We saw an alchemist there and didn't fight them. So there actually is some characterization going on with these alchemists. One is that Leonard in the underworld figured out that Chimes, the one stealing the spectral familiars, is his brother. Then there's the red one in the magma chamber, Raz's. He is actually after fighting him, he explains like what he's all about, and well, he is more just wanting to do alchemist things and doesn't necessarily want to do the stuff that the evil Marduk is doing. And so when it's explained that he could have a place in the monster sanctuary, he agrees to help you out. And then Trevisan here is suspicious about Marduk and is investigating stuff about him here in the abandoned workshop. So not all of them are evil. Some of them are pretty cool characters.
Some like science.
Yeah.
Hey, Panda.
Oh, this puzzle is quite fun with how much back and forth on these levers is going to be happening. The goal is just to free up the passageway here on the right side, but that involves going back onto the left side in order to take care of all of these extra gates.
This made the sycophant just take a while. Yeah, so...
Oh, something I wanted to
again,
mention
I
about
memorized all of them. My old New Game Plus guide, which I have to make a new one eventually for this route and stuff like that, does have pictures and solutions and numbers to follow for all the solutions, for all the lever puzzles in the run. I will also show off after the game. I am showing a fragment of this game. I'm just doing the any percent or whatever, right? This game is massive for a map. There's a lot of different areas, secrets and stuff like that, and I would stress to anyone to explore the game, have fun. It's difficult. Like, you're gonna need a lot of help. Their Discord's a great resource for that. And I hate this fight because mimics suck.
Oh, and something
So
that I didn't mention about Psycho Phantom earlier, the elephant that we're using to dodge encounters, is that he was made in a community like a design contest. There were contests for submitting monster designs back when all the game was in development. That people who backed the game could submit their monster designs to get into the game, and Psycho Phantom is one of them. I believe there are like 15 monsters in total, like before the DLC, and then the DLC brought in 2 more. That can be
I know
corrected.
Cracker Turtle was like the crowd favorite.
Oh yeah, Cracker Turtle just won the hearts of the masses. Yeah, shoutouts to the devs for making that happen. And it was awesome to have some community-made monsters in here.
Yeah, and also the other thing as well, this game does have a really nice inbuilt randomizer. I have done a run of that before. I had to use my level 20 team for like my old route, and honestly, it's a lot of fun. But like, there's some headaches that could happen because certain things, like they thought out the battles very well to make them balanced and challenging. The randomizer might turn that on its head. We will grab these 3 still. So I gotta do the barriers and no? Okay,
Yeah,
no weakness.
the randomizer can really make some certain monsters appear when they're like much earlier than they're supposed to. Like something like Polteroffen can be absolutely devastating to deal with because it has the skill transfusion, which causes it to heal based off how much mana it regenerates. And very early on, that can actually be a very high amount that it's very hard. That it can even be hard to out damage the healing if it's early enough. Like if it's your first encounter, you can't get past it.
Also, seed number 33333, or 6 3s, whatever it is, has the worst possible replacement for the Steam Golem. I'm leaving it there. Anyone who plays that, let me know on Twitter on how much you hate that as well. Because I was unable to beat it on normal difficulty, and yeah.
Oh, and Rilvanar did correct me. It was 5 monsters in the DLC, so I believe that means there's 20 total monsters that are community made.
Yes, and there's 111 in total. Oh, so that was a Goblin Pilot. We're gonna hit this switch here. Hit the lever. This door opens, which is beside the teleporter, and we are on to the final dungeon.
Yeah, and so
Shauny, can I get in here with the donation real quick?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm just gonna be doing some shopping here, so feel free to.
Sorry, Pope. We have $100 from the developers Moirai. Thanks, Shauny, for speed running our game.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for making it.
I also wanted to point out our Secret of Mana bids that you can bid to. We have a dead heat for the name of Prim between Andy and Go. And it's tied at $50. And that's an issue because last time I checked, we can't name the character 2 different names. So we are going to need Twitch chat to get in there and pick which name is your favorite. We are also closing the soundtrack, voice language, and Randy's name at the start of the Secret of Mana run. So get your donos in.
So that treasure box, that was actually way more important than it looked. That is actually 3 smoke bombs. I'm running very low, so it's perfectly in the way to grab that. Oh, I see. So, actually, we get a free extra turn. This is nice. Because I want to do as much damage as possible against a lot of these guys. There's a Phoenix ability in the center there. It'll revive after its first KO. And now we can just get some bleed going. Also, Morai, thank you for the donation, and everyone else as well. That's absolutely wonderful. And we are racking up the end of this. This is going to be a little bit more scary and a little bit more consistent now at the same time. Because you can see that. Thank you for, again, showing me or bringing the PowerPoint to the presentation there. Is we're going to be able to use mass potions and mass antidotes, which is why we fought the monk. Also, why is no one naming things Jeff? I thought this was RPG Limit Break. Come on, guys. I was honestly expecting everything to be named Jeff.
Mountain Dew is officially more important than Jeff.
Whoa. Big statement.
I have another donation here, $20. Oh, sorry, Pope, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
$20 here from Aussie889. Hi, Shauny. Just waking up in time to catch the tail end of the end, and I am assuming everything went as planned. No party wipes happened. Good luck with that guy in the tower.
Yeah. We can talk about the biggest gatekeeper of this game in a second. Because, there's just a certain character which everyone legitimately despises, and if you see the Steam reviews, everyone mentions him. It's actually kind of funny.
Well,
so you can see here the bleed is stacking up because the Magma Moth is doing a ton of damage to everyone, and because of that, he's going to be spreading it all around everywhere. So, anyway, you want to say something, Pope?
Yeah, Will has definitely grown a lot since last time. Even though his Spectral Familiar has been taken from him, he is putting up quite the fight here, and there are many people who get stuck in this fight, and the Keeper battle is only going to get more difficult from here. And at least story-wise, the alchemist leader Marduk is supposed to be up in the tower, so we are going to go in there and beat him up.
Yep, and totally succeed and not fail at all. Also, you can see how much the bleed damage is doing. I can just mash A to win here. Will doesn't have the capability to get rid of... There you go. How is it a gold split? I mean, yay, but... Okay. I'm about 5 minutes behind my PB, so I'm looking to finish around like 140 or so. Also, seeing everyone in chat talk about stuff, those who have played Monster Sanctuary, what is your favorite monster? Because I would love to actually know that, because I will watch back the VOD and see everyone's answers later.
As biased as I would be towards Plague Egg being part of its creation, my favorite is Changeling.
Changeling's a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah, it just does so many interesting things. You can fill so many different roles, and I just like those sort of mimic monsters.
I absolutely love the Mad Eye. Just because Mad Eye kind of showed me that I can team build. Because I'm like, oh, it's cute. And then like, oh, it likes debuffs. Oh, it likes, doing... I'm like, ooh, I like this. So I'm still at 9, I think, for the drops. So if I don't hit 10, I'll just donate $10 after. But if I donate more than... Or if I keep dropping, then... I've been pretty good for platforming. I've been trying to do that to prevent myself from doing that. But hey, it's still a charity. You should still donate. Hey, I walked through the top there. Anyway, these is the LT. Yeah, so we want to get one attack on you and one attack on you. And these guys are goodbye. So thank you, Oculuses. All 3 of these people could use Thunderstorm. And yeah, this is...
So exploiting elemental weaknesses in Monster Sanctuary isn't like hugely important. It does give you a 50% damage boost, but you can get a far greater boost from like your team's like inbuilt synergies between their skills. However, it is quite useful, especially when all 3 monsters can exploit the Oculus's weakness to wind, which a Thunderstorm is a wind attack.
Yeah.
But that's all the better for here.
So just to touch on what happened quickly, that was 100% intentional. It wasn't like, oh, they wiped it completely. No. The whole reason is the Goblin Shaman from the front will basically, he will actually survive just a little bit longer because of the Phoenix ability, and he will actually stagger the blood. So what I want to do there is weaken Unicorn, because Unicorn gets extremely strong extremely quickly. And because of that, the bleed status will go around quite a bit. So give me a sec here. Best antidote. We could just do a restoring shield here. There's only one. I want to keep the debuffs as low as possible, because now you can see basically the Katzerker and the Salahammer in the back. They will basically go down. And I am more than happy to kind of just do a mass antidote, get rid of the debuffs again. And now this poor little guy in the center, even though I'm running a little bit behind compared to what I want, he has total 4,253 health. Bleed damage is doing 5,400. So just to put in perspective on how unlucky this little guy is. So yeah, he dead. Yeah. So bleed, there's a lot of different PvP strategies. There's shock teams, there's debuff teams, there's aging teams, there's bleed teams, there's mixtures of all sorts of things. This is also the character which I need to concentrate on. So Pope, can you explain why people hate Zosimus 2?
Yes, so Zosimus 2. So Zosimus 1 was pretty difficult to deal with because he had a decently synergistic team with a good amount of regen. They could stack regen buffs so they could regenerate their health while afflicting you with debuffs. And so pretty nasty. And now Zosimus has improved his team by not only shifting his monsters so that now Grummy there with his Dark Shift can apply extra stacks of debuffs on you, and so his monsters have higher stats. Now his backline is pretty synergistic with his team. And not only that, you can see the hourglass the stacks being built upon his monsters. That's because they all have the aging passive, which makes it so that their monsters get an age stack, which gives them a small damage boost and a small defense boost and a small mana regeneration boost every turn, resulting in Shauny's stall tactics being very poorly matched up with them because Shauny wants to like stall them out with bleed, and his monsters and Zosmos' monsters get stronger with the H stacks they gain. And then even getting back into the back line here, now Elder Gel comes in here, also with aging, and also brings the ability, I believe Elder Gel brings with it Golden Age, where whenever they gain H stacks, which they do every turn, they remove a debuff from themselves. And then Mega Rock in the back, the big rock monster there in the middle of the backup, that also brings that. And there's also, I believe Elder Gel will be... Oh no, it doesn't look like Elder Gel will have Blood Magic, so it's not going to be applying bleed stacks. But regardless, there's just so much synergy across all those monsters. They're going to be passively getting regen buffs from Grummy and Grulu, so they're passively regenerating health. You're going to be afflicted with debuffs, and over time, they're going to just get stronger and stronger as the fight goes on. Very tough fight. Zosmos is a very good team builder, and I hope they come back as the main antagonist of Monster Sanctuary 2. Because they've earned that spot.
Okay, there we go. So that isn't as bad right now as it looked. Come on! I had it! Oh well. I was gonna say, what I was trying to do there was I was trying to stagger out the Mad Eye in the front. Because if I staggered out the Mad Eye in the front and killed him appropriately, I would be fine overall. This happens every single time. I can only get 2 attacks off on them. I have to try to get rid of this little guy here. This is just not an option anymore. I don't like having the Elder Gel and the Mad Eye out at the same time, but the bleed stacks was adding up quite a bit, and I did actually get it to where I wanted, but unfortunately, because of the Cthulhu in the back, he legitimately had like, I think 9 H stacks or 8 H stacks, and he was able to basically break through everything. And this is where my tactics fail in this one particular battle, because mine is stall tactics, and I have to outstall the stall team that only gets stronger every turn. And it gets aggravating. And
another thing that doesn't help is that... another thing that doesn't help is that Zosmos' monsters, 3 of them, Mad Eye, Grulu, and Grummy, have Cleanse, which removes Shauny's team's buffs whenever they attack.
This battle used to be consistent before Mad Eye got his new ability.
Oh yeah, because now Mad Eye's Light Shift is Mass Mystify.
He gives everyone buffs.
Yeah, so whenever anyone applies debuffs, they can sometimes get buffs.
Yeah. And you can see my charge stacks are going up. That's a fail-safe if need be, but unfortunately I don't have the time to use it in this battle here. But thankfully... Okay, that will get rid of the Cthulhu in the back. That'll get rid of the biggest attacker after this turn, as long as I survive, which is fine. And this is what I was trying to do before. So I was 1 turn off. I don't have an opportunity, but you survived. That's not good. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're fine. You were supposed to die with 53 bleed. You have way too much health. This is, again, think of this. This is the easiest difficulty. Oh, so 71 bleed, that thing is as good as dead. So we can just mash through here. He actually can attack multiple things for the damage he needs. So we have one more fight in the abandoned tower, basically, before essentially the final fight. That one's not as bad. All I gotta do is take out the guy in the back row with the Oculus as soon as possible. Really? You had to go with me, eh?
So to catch up on like what's
do you want to say a fun fact about Setsune?
Oh, that the dev's wife made it?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking of?
It's adorable.
Yeah,
it's like a D&D really character or something.
Yeah, I don't
love
know
that so
the
much.
specifics. Oh, but to catch up on like what's going on with the story here, it turns out the alchemists were wanting us to open up the tower for them so they can get access to stuff. And also Eric. Turns out he's actually Marduk, who is who got disposed of Eric earlier and is disguised as him. So yeah, now we're going up to see what they're trying to do here in the abandoned tower that we have now opened up for them. But first we have to fight Chimes, the guy who's been stealing the spectral familiars, and he has a quite synergistic spirit team here, where he has got 2 sources of Trickster Spirit, making it so whenever his spirits, which all of his monsters are spirits, apply a buff or debuff, they gain shields. So they get 2 shielding every time, and that Frosty there, on the right side of his team, there's a chance whenever it applies shields to apply a barrier buff. So as you can see, as the buffs are being cycled through, the shield one that reduces damage is already at 4 on them, and they very quickly maxed out their shield bar, which is an additional HP bar above their normal one, which is blue. Overall, pretty difficult fight, though the spectral familiars are like trying to do a bit different things. So if you can take out some of the frontline monsters and get to those, the fight can be easier, though they can output a lot of damage.
Yeah, and the thing is, when it comes to this fight in particular, you can see here, it's just a lot of getting rid of the debuffs and stuff like that. They actually can't get rid of my barrier, which was the problem in the previous match with Zosmos, is with Cleanse, he just kept removing the barriers on the buffs, or the barrier buff on the bears. Too many bees. The other thing as well is I will actually have to quit out the game after this battle. I did something that caused the game to lag. So I will quickly, after this is done, I will save it, quit, and then just jump back in. It's not going to ruin the speedrun. The speedrun itself allows that for rules. I did something that caused something to do something, because you can clearly see like it going a little bit slower, and that's going to be a problem for the final fight where I have to have precise menuing. So don't
Basically,
exactly know what's going on, but
basically, if you're playing on Switch and you ever notice the game like kind of chugging a bit, just quit out of the game and go back in. Yeah, and it should be fixed.
It's something to do with like, you know, a model, or like, honestly, I should just probably empty my my monster farm. I'm sure that's taking up all sorts of memory. So you can see here, everyone's relatively fine. We'll do that. Also, the bears are also using antidotes purposely because A, gets rid of it, but they also have an ability that gives them 25% of their life back when they use, and they do not use mana, and they also get barriers. So I'm exploiting the heck out of that right now. So, and again, this fight's a little bit more difficult casually if you try to fight them, but there you go. Simple as that. Hold that, save and quit. There you go. And we'll just quickly load this up again. Everyone can see the Updog account, which I've still yet to make anyone fall for, but it makes me very happy I have it.
And after this, we're ready to go into the final boss battle.
Yep, it's Marduk and Madlord. Time ends when basically the screen will fade to black after the first one. Exactly, what's up, dog? I don't know, what's up with you? So you can see it now, it's a little bit cleaner now. So we'll load the last one here. Oh, that's why, I forgot to feed them. No wonder they were dying. Oh gosh, no, that was horrible. Yeah, that makes the gloves smoother. Yeah, so we want that one to barely survive. All 3 attacks now go onto the Ashura, and sorry, 2 go on the Ashura, 1 go on the Madlord, or the Mad Eye here. So it's just the switch that causes that issue too, right? It's not the.
Yeah, it's just switch.
Yeah, so that's fine. Also, you didn't die. Okay, well, whatever. We will. You know what? Actually, I don't trust this at all. You are switching out to the bear because I need the plant to survive.
Yeah, if
Thank
Diavola
you.
went down there, then there would be this team set up that would be remaining, and we need Diavola to keep lead stacks around.
Yeah. Because, again, you're going to see here that this dragon really hates this plant, but I exploit that because all the bleed stacks will come from him. So we will again
Diavola
use
has a
Phoenix
passive that makes it so that when it's attacked, it applies bleed stacks on the monster that attacked it.
Plus Blood Tendril.
Yeah, that is a weapon that all the monsters are wielding to do that effect even more.
Yeah, so this route was made by Bromanus, not me. I am not smart enough to think this up myself. But again, more people get into this game. Please speedrun it. Please contact me. I am more than happy to teach people. It's a beautiful speedrun. It's nice and casual. There's also a PvP file for people who don't want to grind on the Switch for 8 hours to get money. But hey, that's your thing. I can also help you with that. But now you can see here the bleed is now spread out. It's not a problem anymore. Unfortunately, the reason I run on Switch and not PC is a sole reason of muscle memory. The back button isn't the same on the PC version. That's the whole reason. So, I'm stubborn. Whatever. That's just me. So we will quickly do another mass antidote, and we'll do a max potion. I did it in the wrong order because technically it's supposed to be bear plant. So you can see here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, what happened to that back bear? Okay, we're just gonna have to go for a heal there.
The positions of monsters doesn't actually affect anything other than which order that you'll go through with the menu by default, but you can switch between which monster does what action at which time.
Yeah. Actually, I remember someone was learning how to play the game in the menu, and they didn't realize L and R basically switched just attack through. I win this battle here. And this is the final battle. Again, time's coming up very soon. And we will switch to these guys. I've done that wrong before. And yeah, I want to say a big thank you to Pope for joining me. This has been absolutely wonderful. It's gone quite well.
Yeah, thank you for doing this run on here.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to always support Nami. This is my second time running, and I don't know how many times I've watched this. Also, this guy has cleanse, which is annoying, but whatever. And this is where the Phoenix Serum will come in handy. If one of the bears die, I need to make sure that everyone's revived fully, and that will be the thing. So you'll see here the bleed damage will take up quite a bit. Unfortunately, world record, but I'm still technically, I think, faster than my previous PB by 4 minutes still at this point. What am I doing? Okay, you can't kill him, I know that. Yeah, you're supposed to be reviving. I should stop talking. You go there, you go there in a minute. It's fine. But thankfully he was max health. There we go.
You might have noticed that Madlord here, who is the one who orchestrated everything all the bad stuff that Marduk and the Alchemist did, he's using 3 actions per turn compared to the 2 that other champions have used. This is a trait shared with Madlord and all the super bosses of the game, because this game has more champions in it that we did not see, and the ones you can access later in the game, post-game, do that same thing with 3 actions.
Yep, and I'll mash A to win here, because the bleed damage will pick up the KO no matter what. And with that, that is Monster Sanctuary, and time is now. So... But yeah, that is, 142.44 on my side. I don't know what it is on the other side. I just want to stress, everything you've seen here, only on casual. You will get absolutely wiped otherwise. So, I am very, very proud of Bromanus for initially making the route, the Monster Sanctuary crew. I'm very happy and proud to help raise funds for Nami. Thank you for the donations. Thank you, CC, for being a wonderful host. Thank you, Pope, for being here. My wife is in the next room having meetings and stuff like that. She's working from home, but with, like I said, my father's death, seeking help is not a weakness. If you know you need help, get help, and just ask someone. Like it's not a rude thing to do. My biggest advice I can give, because I've been doing this now since September 1st, it's been a month and a half of this, is ask people if you look okay and you sound okay. Because if they straight up say no, that's a warning sign. I thought I was a lot stronger than I was. It's been bubbling up quite a bit, and in the last couple weeks it's been dealt with, but it's still very sad to lose a parent or a loved one. But
being affected by that is not a lack of strength.
Exactly. And I also want to say, lots of love to all the communities. I know the Azure Dreams community is here, the Monster Sanctuary community, my own community. You can see my username down there. It actually just switched when I did that. It's there, I think. I can't see the webcam. If you want to follow me. I'm everywhere, the same name. But yeah, Cece, I am more than happy to hand it off. Pope, is there anything you want to say as well?
Let's see. I think I got an opportunity to explain everything I wanted to about the game. Feel free to play through Monster Sanctuary. It's a Metroidvania and a monster tamer, both very replayable genres. Go through and play with your own team of monsters. Go through and see what parts of the sanctuary that Shauny did not see, and go through and explore areas that didn't in whatever order is accessible to you, because we went to the Snowy Peaks early, which is a bit more of a challenging path because monsters there do actually have a minimum level that they can appear at. So that makes things harder there.
Yeah, the Sun Palace's minimum level is 18, I believe.
Yes, it is 18.
Yeah. So, and I also just want to show before I head off and whatnot. Again, thank you for the donations for the names and costume. But I also want to stress this game is massive compared to what I showed off. So, yeah, and there's all sorts of monsters. You can see all the different teams and stuff I had to build and all sort of stuff. You saw the monster farm. You can ride the whale. Come on. Look at the whale. It's a good boy. But yeah, it's so fun. Absolutely. So.
Yeah, thank you so much for running this, Sean. Good job on the run.
Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you, everyone, and keep donating.
All right, great run, Shauny. Thank you so much for everything that you did during that run and everything that you said. That was awesome. We had some donations coming in, a couple of anonymous donations with no comment. $26, $25 from anonymous. We had another $50 donation from Renoko. Been a fan of RPG Limit Break for several years. Love seeing my favorite RPGs get broken open, especially for a good cause. Keep being awesome. And right now we are going to go ahead and throw it over to an ad. So I will see you when the ad's done. Welcome back to RPG Limit Break 2022. Next up, we have an interview with Cutie Roo and Smelly McTroll. Take it away, you two.
Well, hello there, everybody. I just wanted to introduce myself. I am Cutie Roo. You can call me Roo. And this is Smelly Troll. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
How's it going, everyone out there?
And we are going to be interviewing for The Secret of Mana. You're going to be coming up pretty soon. How do you feel about that?
I'm pretty confident.
Yeah? I'm super excited to see it. It's going to be an amazing run. I know it's the 2018 edition, and the Any Percent version 1.2 is just definitely going to be fun to watch. I did want to ask a few questions about why did you start speedrunning the Secret of Mana series?
So I came to Secret of Mana by way of the first remake game, Adventures of Mana. I tried that out back in 2018, picked it up for a few bucks. I kind of just loved everything about it. I loved how it integrated the 2D and the 3D. I loved that the gameplay was simple and it was fun and that you could play through it about 1 million times. It really just ended up becoming one of my favorite games. And I took a look at some footage of Secret of Mana, and it was kind of the same thing, but you could also at the same time see a sort of like thematic and mechanical progression, and that really attracted me to the game. And so I started speed running it. Well, not immediately, but the next year.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see from the 2D to 3D. I know for me, I definitely am I get more curious about the original versus the 2018. What are your thoughts on it, and how do you feel about those?
So for the original, I'll just state it. I've not played the original Secret of Mana. Every time I do runs, there are people that have come in and kind of report things that are a little bit different. So certain spells, don't do things as intended in the original, where they are kind of sort of patched in a way to work as intended in the remake. And it's always just kind of nice to see that. Always nice to see what the developers will kind of leave in and what they'll leave out.
Yeah, I know we were in the practice room, and I was seeing the whole speed run of it for a little bit. I know that there's definitely some mechanics in the game that are different with the 2018, and from everything that was going on, I just thought it was so fascinating to see that happen in the 3D form. But the other thing for me too is just that game, I played it as a kid casually, but never sped-run it myself. But I just thought it was just such I love that they even came out with it again, and I was super happy that they did. And definitely am interested in seeing the game that's going to be coming up. And I definitely would say check out the speedrun. The other thing I was wondering about for the whole speedrun, what is your favorite part about it?
I would say sort of the first leg of our journey, probably about the first third of the speed run. There's a lot of really unique, really tight boss kills. You don't have a lot of resources, so it's nice to kind of make do with what you have. All the resources that you can buy are pretty expensive and kind of out of the way. So you have your sword and you have a little bit of magic and you go from there, whereas through the middle you kind of get a standard plan to approach things.
Well, that's awesome. Well, are there any other runs that you're looking forward to seeing at RPG Limit Break?
Well, there are a few. It's a pretty good lineup. I would say Golden Sun is one of them. I'm really looking forward to that. Lord of the Rings, I'm really excited about that. It's a very unique speed run. You'll see. I love to see that. And the Final Fantasy III, it's me, so it's got to be a 3D remake. I'm really looking forward to the Final Fantasy III run.
Oh, nice. Well, I just wanted to remind everybody that we do have our collection of prizes for the Mana. We have the Switch version of the collection of Mana, and for $10 minimum of donation, this will be yours. And then another thing is, with the game that you just saw, the Monster Sanctuary, we do have some stream keys that are at the minimum of $5, and there are multiple. So get those donations in, and we're looking forward to your run. I am super stoked. And was there anything else you need to say to anyone out there?
No, I think that's about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, and thank you, everybody. Let's get ready for the show, and let's go.
It has been 3 long years since I have got to say the following sentence. Welcome to RPG Limit Break. My name is Bob the Ninja Goldfish. I will be taking over on host. Big shout out to CC for doing that. Big shout out to Cutie for the interview. And, well, I've wanted to do this. We're back! Now, there is a small point of order that we have to deal with before the run. We here at Limit Break, the staff members, we've put into action a very important rule. It's called the 621 rule, which means every day you should get 6 hours of sleep, 2 square meals, and a shower. And it's come to our attention that one of our attendees has not been doing this. So, at this point, I'm going to have to ask our volunteer enforcement to take care of that and remove the offender from the room, get him out of here, throw him in a shower, get J. Hobbs the Piplup out of here. Yes, the Piplup has been named J. Hobbs. That being said, it's good to be back, isn't it, chat? Let me see some hype in the chat. Come on! Where's the hype? All right, while we're doing that, we are currently closing all of the bid incentives that are the soundtrack, Randy's name, and the voice acting language. We are currently fixing those. So, that being said, still open will be naming Poi Poi. We have for that Mountain Dew on $25, and we have Jeff with a question mark at $26. So if you've got opinions on Poi Poi's name, get them in now. We also have Prim's name. We have finally broken the deadlock. We have Go, 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 Go sitting at $100, and Andy with an I sitting behind at $50. I'm sure we can do a lot better than that, chat. Let's see those donations rolling in. Speaking of which, I want more people giving some love to Shauny here. A Smith 1313 donates $10. It says, awesome run, Shauny. And Toro Kazi donating $25, saying thanks for the Monster Sanctuary run and good luck to all the runners. That was an excellent run. I cannot disagree. Shout out to the devs once again for being in chat. Man, feels good to be back in the chair. Big shout out to anyone who's in chat right now. And even if you're watching in our VODs on YouTube later, please, please, please get out there on social media, share us, use the hashtag RPGLB2022. It's the single best way to spread the word about the marathon. And it's a really cool thing you can do. Even if you can't donate any money, spread the word on social media, get eyes on the stream. You sitting here watching the stream is awesome. Being here in our community is awesome. We love you all, 100%. And since we are raising money, let's go ahead and talk a little about why. All right, so we are here in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we are raising money for NAMI. That's the National Alliance of Mental Illness, and it is a cause near and dear to our hearts, and it has been since the inception of RPG Limit Break. And one of the reasons it is a lot of us here that take part are part of the 1 in 5 Americans that live with a mental health condition. We're proud to be raising money for NAMI because they work tirelessly towards cracking the code. They use education, leadership, and increasing the availability of care. Please, please, please help us support such a worthy, worthy cause. All right, and now after that absolute hype, I need to take a breath and a small drink of water. I will be right back. All right, so just to confirm to you all, those bids that I mentioned before are now closed. You cannot donate any more money towards them, so just be aware of that if you are looking to donate towards Secret of Mana, which we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff here for in just a moment.